fighting out of Palmer Park, Maryland, at 146 pounds, Sugar Ray Leonard.
Between 1978 and 1982, Sugar Ray Leonard wasn't just one of the best fighters in the world, he was a truly unstoppable force at times. Blistering speed, effortless footwork, and a killer instinct that made him one of the most complete fighters in boxing history.
Much better power than he's given credit for. Hitting him with combination upon combination.
But what made Leonard truly special wasn't just his talent, it was his ability to adapt. Whether it was breaking down a defensive wizard like Wilfred Benitez, going to war with Roberto Duran, or pulling off one of the greatest comebacks in boxing history against Thomas Hearns, Leonard always found a way to win. Today, I'm going to take a look back at Sugar Ray Leonard's prime, along with the fights that defined him and the rivalries that tested him, shaping him into a legend. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Before Sugar Ray Leonard became a household name, he had already proven he was special. Coming off an Olympic gold medal at the 1976 Montreal Olympics, Leonard had the kind of talent that made people take notice immediately due to that flashy skill set, knockouts, and charisma outside the ring. Leonard wasn't originally going to turn professional, but instead go to college. However, these plans quickly changed as he had to support his child, while to make matters worse, both his parents suffered severe health issues, meaning he had no choice but to go pro. But unlike most prospects, he wasn't built up slowly. He was facing tough, experienced opponents early in his career, consistently, one after another. And because of that talent, he was able to reach the peak of his powers very early into his career. And at 13-0 and 8 knockouts, Leonard's first real test came against Floyd Mayweather Sr., the father of 5-weight world champion Floyd Mayweather Jr. Just like his son, Sr. was a slick defensive fighter who used that Philly shell style, built on shoulder rolls and counterpunching. However, Leonard broke him down with smart pressure, targeting the body, and vicious combinations to create the openings. This fight proved Leonard could dismantle elusive defensive fighters, and not just outspeed them, but break them down systematically.
We have the 3 knockdown rule. Here they allow a standing 8 count. The ring is tiny. They say 17 feet, I measured it, and it's slightly less than that. Both fighters wearing white trunks. Sugar Ray trying to score with a right there. Mayweather with the red stripes. To bring him along his own way. Again, Leonard tries to go to the midsection. First time he did it successfully, not the second time. Then a quick flashing left to the head. Mayweather's problem is he can't punish. So far, there's been no opportunity for the familiar Leonard flurry, but now he's beginning to become effective. And that's through the use of the body blows that Dundee told him to throw. Now we're seeing more of Leonard as we're used to seeing. Leonard amateurishly left himself open after missing, but he scored with a good right there. And he hurt Mayweather just a little bit. Round 3 underway at the Providence Civic Center. We're live. Sugar Ray Leonard, white trunks, no stripes. Floyd Mayweather, white trunks and stripes. Mayweather, you see him there. Leonard in effect in a rope-a-dope. Leonard's left eye thumbed in the last round, worked over by Dundee. When you're fighting a man like Mayweather, you have to take it to him. Got him with a good right in that exchange. Leonard did. Leonard now in pursuit of Mayweather. See him go to the belly and then up to the head. Ropes are a bad place to be. Leonard not likely to punch himself out, not at age 22. Mayweather in a little bit of trouble there, not as much as the fans seem to think as they rise to their feet. Good right lead by Leonard. Scored heavily. Now Mayweather stunned. Now he's a sitting duck. But he covered well. Mayweather returns to his type of rope-a-dope. And so Leonard cleans up on him, scored with a left and right combination. Now Mayweather is in real trouble, just covering the head, hoping that Leonard perhaps will punch himself out. totally one-sided bout. Almost to the end of the third round. And look at Leonard. Sugar Ray had Mayweather in trouble. That was a slip. 50 seconds left in this, the fourth round. Crowd yells, but that was a slip. Mayweather is in his way, a slick cookie. Now he's taking it again on the rope-a-dope. Slick because he knows all the tricks on the inside and on the outside. He'll thumb you, he'll use the elbows if he can, the shoulders if he can. He's been taught by the canny Hank Grooms. Oh, that was a good left that staggered Mayweather against the ropes. Threatening the bolo punch, Sugar Ray was. Good stinging left, finally, by Leonard. 15 seconds to go. Not able to find space for his blows. The look of an alive fighter. Mayweather got in a good left again. Mayweather dancing. Leonard pursuing. Mayweather slipped a little. He was not staggered. Less than a half minute to go in the round. In the last minute of each round. A good left caught Mayweather flush. 15 seconds to go. Mayweather whirling around. Leonard trying to finish him. Leonard having him hurt and in trouble. Now we've got 8 seconds left and less, counting down. Mayweather with the rope-a-dope. He does cover well, but he has taken punishment. Dundee told Leonard when he goes to the rope-a-dope, move to the side. Oh, a good left that stunned Mayweather. Now he's in real. There's the knockdown from the right. That left started it off. Count. Mayweather tells referee Tabor he's fine. Now, Leonard feels in charge, pulls the shuffle. Now you're saying the Sugar Ray Leonard we've become accustomed to. I don't know if he'll call that a knockdown or not. I thought he was wrestled to the floor. He's all right. Okay. I still don't know if he officially called that a knockdown or not. We're at the end of the round. No commercial. We'll stay with it. Sugar Ray. Watch this. There's the left. Leonard came up from the waist with that left, and that was what put Mayweather in desperate trouble. Now Mayweather is tired again. Against the ropes, he begins to absorb the same kind of punishment we've seen with 30 seconds left to go in the 9th round. End of the round. Let's go to Dave Dowles in New York. Back for the 10th and final round. It's been amazing how in the final minute of each of the last 3 rounds, Sugar Ray Leonard has really registered heavy punishment. Now Sugar Ray measuring him. We've got 1:10 left in the fight, and Ray would like to finish him off. He almost went down then from a left. The shove. Now the flurry combinations. Martin Tabor is giving him a standing 8 count. Wait, he stopped the fight. At first it looked like a standing 8 count. Now it's called a technical knockout. Tabor says Mayweather has had enough.
As much as Mayweather did land the right hand at times against Leonard, the movement and hand speed was just simply on another level, and with hardly anything coming back, it's no wonder the referee stopped the fight. Leonard's rise would continue in 1978, facing Randy Shields, an awkward, durable fighter who'd already tested himself against the likes of Wilfred Benitez at that time. Unfortunately, there's no full fight footage for this fight available, but was described as a tactical battle, where Shields' durability allowed him to go the distance. In an interview years later, Shields described what it was like facing Leonard.
A lot of people find this hard to believe, but Leonard hit harder. Or at least I got hit harder by Leonard than any other fighter. But Leonard, with his speed, it takes away everything. Hearns has his distance, which I could take away. But like I said, I was only working at speed. But Leonard has his speeds where nobody can deal with that speed, especially when it comes to power.
The following month, Leonard took on Bernardo Prada, a rugged Colombian who had never been stopped, and it was a fight where Leonard had to show more than just power and speed.
Half a minute to go in the round. They throw the best punches you can. Drop jab and strike Leonard with it. Leonard tries to cut off the ring. He has cut it off. Ending good-looking punches, but they're not. Yeah, he's still going at him. Less than a minute to go now. Prada's in trouble now. It's almost over. He will not knock him out.
Leonard once again secured another unanimous decision victory, and although he failed to get a knockout in his last two fights, he showed his growing ability to handle different styles, especially awkward, durable opponents. And in his last fight in 1978, he would face Armando Muniz, a former four-time world welterweight contender. He was a relentless pressure fighter who had gone the distance against top welterweights such as Jose Napoles and Carlos Palomino in 15-round bouts. This was considered a real test for Leonard.
The way I've always fought, every fight I go in, I come to fight. I'm not much of a dancer, I'm not much of a boxer. I come to fight, and if Sugar Ray wants to fight, now I'll be there, and I'm sure he won't have any problem looking for me, and I'll be right in front of him the whole time. I'm ready to go 10 rounds, and I've always taken pride in this. People pay $10 for a seat, they're gonna get $10 worth of a fight. If they pay $100, they're gonna get $100 worth of a fight. And I've win or lose, I've always given my best.
I look at the fact that Armando bring the fight towards me. I say to myself, people try to compare me with Carlos Palomino or Cuevas. They say, well, Palomino knocked him out once, but could they do it twice? They fail to realize we're two different fighters, we're two different people. I'm gonna fight Armando the best way I can. That's to stay on my toes and keep him at bay with my left jab.
The bell for the first round. I'll cover all the rules and systems as we go. Note immediately it's only a 16-foot 6-inch ring, which figures to give Muniz tactically an advantage. It's wave, mandatory 8 count, of course. Leonard trying to use the left. He'll be using that left all afternoon. See him circling to his left. Going to the belly with the left, up with the right. Tough cookie. Steady movement, presenting a difficult target for Muniz. The left getting in there. The attempted right uppercut earlier, not. Good chopping right by Sugar Ray. Surprising to me, personally, thus far, the way he is dominating Muniz. Sugar Ray with a quick combination, but not getting in nearly as many punches in this round as he did in the prior two. Now he's opening up a little, and Muniz is responding. Cleaner, sharper punches right there by Leonard. The right uppercut. Leonard all over Muniz now. Leonard with a flurry. Whole series of combinations. Sugar Ray Leonard slugging away against Armando Muniz. A good action fight. First caught up with him in the 1968 Olympics at Mexico City. He was one of the favorites to win the gold medal. Look at Muniz. He gave him a little bit of his own medicine. Little bit of side-to-side dancing movement, staying away. A change of tactics. We've got a minute left in the fourth round. That quick flashing left, Leonard's principal weapon. To score and to keep the opponent at bay. But Muniz, still the pursuer. All right, we'll be back with more of Sugar Ray Leonard against Armando Muniz. Based upon the records, likely to go that long. Look at Muniz. There's a quick flurry by Leonard, striking back. Leonard, that is, to start to throw punches again. Good left by Muniz. That hurt Sugar Ray. It stung him. There is strength. He has scored 30 knockouts in his career. Right there, Leonard got in a good combination. The right lead followed by the left. Slugging away virtually toe-to-toe with that right again. Hurt Muniz and then the left. And Muniz in momentary trouble. But he's a tough cookie. Down to the end of round 6. The end of this round, we're going to go to Sugar Ray Leonard's corner, and we will show you that Leonard flurry in slow motion. These men are fighting. The end of the round. Ray ended it with a flourish.
By the 6th, Muniz had taken too much damage, and the corner had no choice but to stop it, even though he would have continued. It was maybe not the highlight reel Leonard wanted, but it was a very good victory nonetheless, considering the opponents Muniz had been in with.
What's your view of your performance tonight, and how much further do you think you have to go?
How would I say to myself that every time a winner has his hand raised, the loser always says that he has some type of makes too many mistakes in the ring. I feel that I'm learning each fight as I go along. I give Armando a great deal of credit because he stayed in there. I hit him with some tremendous shots. And the fact that it only got me in preparation for my January 11th fight at the Capitol Center against Johnny Gann.
Going into January of 1979, Leonard's first fight would be against Johnny Gann. Another veteran known for his toughness, Leonard took his time, dissecting Gann with sharp combinations before finally getting his first in-ring stoppage in 3 fights.
There's the right hand with the follow-up. Now he's getting Gann. And Gann is left into the rope. He is hurt. He was set up by that punch beautifully. Now Gann fights back. There's the bell. Round 3. Leonard now is starting to smile a little bit. Professional, even though he's only 29 years old. Getting to his man. Again. Listen to him. Round 3. There's a left. And there it is. 12-round bout. Leonard is raking this man now. Good right by Gann. The fight to go into the 7th round without having thrown a left hook. Staggered Gann in the 2nd round and raked him a few times. Gann scores with the 1-2. His mouthpiece. 20 seconds to go in the round. Leonard is raking him on a goes Gann down on it and sends it back into action. 6 seconds left. Oh, the referee trouble. And the fight is over with about 5 seconds.
Leonard now was proving that he wasn't just fast, he had the power and a mean streak when needed. There was no waiting around for Leonard, as he would then meet Fernand Marcotte in Miami Beach, Florida. Marcotte was a rugged French-Canadian who had never been stopped, but Leonard's movement and counterpunching combinations were simply on another level. In fact, I think this is actually one of his best performances of his whole career.
A gymnast, knowing where his body is even in midair, has to help him as a fighter.
That's very true. Everything has to be well coordinated. And here you see a good example of coordination. Good fast left hand, feet, proper position. He's never off balance.
In the final minute of round 1, Marcotte already showing some redness around the face from those left sticks. Oh, solid left hand high on the forehead of Marcotte.
His right hand will start working.
Marcotte at 155.5, 6 pounds heavier than Leonard. Leonard has never faced a man this heavy.
Then again, he's also facing a man heavy, but what he lacks in power, he makes up for in the speed that he has. And as I stated before, it's not always the power of a punch that knocks a man out. It's the quickness and the snap of the punch.
Oh, a grazing right hand. That's almost on the button.
You can get away with it.
You fought a man who had a good right hand, Lee.
Lighten up.
Muhammad Ali, and there's a lot of Ali, of course, in Sugar Ray Leonard and his style, and of course he has the same man in the corner, Dundee.
That's true. Muhammad Ali was a very good fighter, and he's been an inspiration to a lot of young fighters. That's true. Not always one punch, but a series of punches. Notice the snap of the jab.
starts throwing his combinations. Round 3 coming up. Redness high on the forehead of the French-Canadian.
You know those body punches that Sugar's throwing right now? They're good short body punches right on the elbow. Good right hand. Everything is short and quick.
In the final minute of round 3, and Leonard opening up. Leonard bearing down, constantly pressuring Marquardt. 20 seconds remaining in round 3, and Leonard showing it all.
It's also a thing that he has so much speed that Marquardt cannot just come in and throw anything he wants. He can't do anything. If he throws a punch and he misses, hey, he knows that Sugar's going to counter with something. He knows he's going to get hit. That hurts. You notice the determination in Sugar's eyes. Watch the concentration he has. He's watching the man hard. He's waiting to see what he's going to do. He's watching the man's eyes, his shoulders. Whenever he starts to make a move, Sugar knows exactly what he's going to do. He knows exactly how to counter it.
Just circling and jabbing, and Marquardt becomes a punching bag here in round 4. Oh! Half a minute remaining in round 4.
He knows exactly what he has to do to get it.
You saw that left jab was there, and Marquardt, after the punch had been there, the right hand puts Marquardt down. No, it is not a knockdown. Jay Edson, who has refereed 44 championship fights, said, nope, that was a slip, no knockdown. So Marquardt has survived round 5.
Very good right hand lead.
Round 6, and you have the feeling as this fight has developed that this could well be it. Now Marquardt, seeing all those left hands, wondered where that other extra hand was coming from. How do you stop Sugar Ray Leonard? Razor sharp, one punch after another, all landing. He's able to...
He goes the right hand and gets hit with 4 punches.
Time has been stopped. That's not the end of the fight.
Very bad cut.
Just stopping the fight is Edson. He wants to make sure that cut is not serious. The fight has not been stopped.
Speed and the snap of his punches is going to make up for that extra strength.
Incredible boxing display by Leonard. Almost knocked the mouthpiece out of Marquardt's mouth with that right hand, and here he goes.
Good right hand. Very futile.
There it is. The first time that Marquardt has ever been down. 6, 7, 8. He's not knocked out. He does survive the count. The winner is Sugar Ray Leonard. They've stopped the fight. Leonard puts the veteran Marquardt, the 29-year-old French-Canadian, to the canvas for the first time.
The next month would be against another tough fighter, the Argentine Daniel Aldo Gonzalez. It would prove to be a short night, and maybe something Leonard needed himself.
Left by Danny Gonzalez. Ray Leonard, of course, unbeaten in 19 fights with 12 KOs. First taught to him by Tom Johnson and Pat Nappy, Paralympic. Gonzalez, who's not ever been knocked out, is suddenly down. The eyes are glazed. He is up there. He's not sure where he is. The referee is Roger Yanez, and he allows the fight to continue. He is questioning, and Sugar Ray has, in a sportsmanlike way, refrained from going after him. The right laid the left and the right. And Gonzalez is down again. Quickness and snap to the punches has a power that is very deceiving. Now Gonzalez is talking to the referee. I don't know what about. The referee has stopped the contest. It is over in the very first round. I guess that's what Gonzalez was complaining about. See the left, and he left himself open for that counter right. Worst thing you can do.
It was a brilliant finish from Leonard, who set up a devastating counter in that first round for the TKO. And I guess it also sent a message out to any other challengers that you can't switch off at any moment against him. In April, he would come up in a smaller show against Viruet, a slick southpaw who was actually a very tricky boxer with good defense. Viruet had gone the distance with the likes of Roberto Duran and Bruce Curry. This was going to be a good test for Ray before taking on the better challengers. Leonard had to find creative ways to set up the right hand in this fight. But once again, his superior accuracy and speed was just at another level, helping him get another dominant decision, but it still tested his mental and technical abilities.
Last outing, he defeated Bruce Curry. Prior to that, he lost a good, tough 10-round decision to Roberto Duran, as we mentioned. His basic approach tactically to the fight was to cut down the ring thighs as much as he could against the deft, swift Leonard. Oh, on the button with a right hand, and down goes Pirouette. First time in his career he's been off his feet. Peppering him pretty well right now. Again the right hand. Again the right hand. It goes to the body, goes to the head, back to the body, back to the head. And Leonard is really loading up on him now. He misses wildly. Sugar Ray getting a little wild, trying to take it out. Pretty good combination right there by Pirouette. I think this is the best round he's had in the fight. Up here in the 10th. The right hand lead has been his most effective punch with power. He scored very well with his left, and particularly the left hook in a couple of rounds. Leonard with that right hand again. The right hand lead, and it just ricochets off the head of Pirouette. And another one, and another one, and another one. Sugar getting a little wild again. We're going to stay for the decision because we are running out of time. Landing a wicked left hook on the rope. There's another left hook and another right to the body. He comes right back to the head again. And Pirouette, who is taking a pounding here in the 10th round, is going to go the distance against Sugar Ray. The fight is over.
Ray Leonard.
That's hardly a surprise, but it was an impressive outing for Sugar Ray Leonard as he has won.
The following month, he would face Marcos Giraldo, an aggressive Mexican fighter known for an unorthodox pressure style who had unpredictability in his game. He was also coming into the fight with an 8 knockout streak. Not to mention he would go on to face the great Marvin Hagler and also go the distance with him, proving he could hang with the elite competition. Not to mention Leonard was pretty much fighting a middleweight, while Ray came in weighing around 153 pounds. This was a big test for Leonard to see how he would get on against much bigger men.
In the reach. That can be very important. 8 ounces, and here we go. Round number 1, scheduled for 10. Sugar Ray, with a record of 21 wins and no losses. Sugar looking for the hole. That he's aware of the history of Geraldo of going early. That overhand right caught Geraldo, but it was a little high on the side of the head. Good left hand by Sugar Ray. Very quick, very hard to hit. Just missed with that right. Geraldo now. This is what Geraldo likes to do. Anytime he gets Sugar Ray pinned on the ropes, it's going to be his ballpark because he lets loose with a fusillade of punches. And he gets his man in on the ropes. He can really bang away. Sugar Ray getting that right hand home to the side of the head. So far, Leonard has been the one to force all of the fighting. Geraldo has shown no particular move toward Leonard. That left hook got there. Geraldo now charges into Leonard, and Sugar Ray escapes. Geraldo, a ripping right hand. Sugar Ray comes right back with the left right, and the right was solid on the side of the head. Less than a half minute to go. Second round. Again, Sugar Ray gets out of there. Russo's getting a little noise. Twice he's fighter sends a good left hook by Sugar Ray Leonard. Now on the ropes, Geraldo trying to hold him there. It's a good right hand by Sugar Ray Leonard. Leonard, the quicker fighter, able to get off twice on the ropes, but he takes the left right to the head as Geraldo now tries to dig to the body. There's another right hand by Geraldo. The Mexican middleweight champion starting to come on. Sugar Ray Leonard with the left and 2 rights to the side of the head. The crowd roaring. Leonard just rips him with the right hand, but Geraldo keeps coming. Leonard ripping him. Geraldo taking it, dancing. by Sugar Ray Leonard. The water's flying off the hair of Geraldo. Big boxer, and that's what Angelo Dundee's been doing with Sugar Ray Leonard. And so far, this has been a blistering bout. There again is a good stiff left hand by Sugar Ray Leonard. That left got Leonard. Then Leonard retaliates with a hard left hook that staggers Geraldo. However, there's another left that finds him. Another left that finds him. And the right finds him. And the left finds him. That's called sticking him. So far, Geraldo hasn't hit him in the corner. Both of them taunting each other.
You got him down to a walk now, Ray. Walking on him. Got him down to a walk, okay? Yeah, okay, come on, Dave.
Real marks on either man as we go now to round number 7. But so far, good right hand. That shook Geraldo as Leonard brought the right hand over the top and landed it flush on the jaw. Most of that wasted on the arms and gloves. There's the right hand lead, and it caught Geraldo flush. There's another hard right, and another one, and a hard left hook. Now Geraldo gives ground. He backs up. Pass 30 seconds to go in this round. There's the left hook, hard right. There's the shuffle. Crowd roars. And we finished live from the Centroplex in Baton Rouge. This is round number 8. Benitez. Title bout. He scored very well with a whistling left hook. Flush on the jaw. Well, I talk about weak chin of Geraldo. I'm not sure that he is Ray's best stuff. From the Louisiana State Athletic Commission, all out of New Orleans. The referee, Peter Caruso, Charlotte Joseph, and Maxie Duxon. Right by Leonard. He checked off the left hand thrown out there by Geraldo and just nailed him. 30 seconds to go in round 9. On the money by Leonard. You see Geraldo just missing, just a little short, and is to knock him out. Sugar Ray walking around out there saying, come on, let's go, and of course that's show business right there. Now the mouthpiece is in place, and Geraldo is ready. This is the 10th round. Now Sugar Ray may try to take him out. He apparently seems very fresh. He has not been marked much in this fight. He's landed some of his best. Up on a half minute to go in the fight. Fight's over.
Referee Peter Tomaso calls it 7 rounds. Leonard 1 even 2.
Personally, I felt Leonard did a great job of his counterpunching in this fight, waiting for the exact right moment for Geraldo to open up, before timing him with hard right hands or left hook right hand counters. Furthermore, he showed that he could brawl with a much bigger man, not to mention the defensive acumen to get out of danger. Once again, I think this is a very underrated fight in Leonard's career in terms of his development before he stepped up in those super fights. In June 1979, Leonard would then face Tony Cherubini, a ranked super welterweight that wanted to test the rising contender. Once again, people were questioning Leonard's power at the time, where I imagine he wanted to silence the critics of this ongoing narrative. It was another good test for Leonard in terms of coming up against a southpaw, controlling the fight with his jab before setting up huge backhands down the middle, not to mention his versatile attacks with the left hook going to the body and the head. Leonard certainly proved the point in this one.
Standing 8 counts, repeat scoring by the 3 judges, not by the referee. The bell for round 1. It is an 18-foot ring by request of Cheverini. We're 1 minute and 10 seconds into the first round. Sugar Ray to the right, Cheverini to the left. Out process. Leonard told us in the interview that he would figure Cheverini out by the 3rd or 4th round. This round, Leonard with the edge, connecting with the quick left jab a number of times. Severini not connect. The left getting in there, as you saw, the quicker hands, the quicker feet. And we are approaching the end of round number 1. Severini, as I noted, has the effect of seeming like a short-armed fighter. A way of repost. There's a left sharply in, and another. And that right got in to the Severini chest at Baton Rouge, Louisiana, a month ago. Oh, a stunning right. You saw it to the left jaw of Severini. And Sugar Ray is giving it to Severini all over the ring in this second round. A growing fighter who wants to prove that he is verging upon greatness. Angie Dundee is cautioning Sugar Ray to watch out for Severini's head. The reason, Severini clearly was trying to butt Sugar Ray. You saw that left snap Severini back, and he doubled up on the left there to do it again. The hands much too quick for Severini. In the Geraldo fight, good left by Severini, maybe his cleanest blow of the fight. Again, the lefts and the rights in combination. Such quick hands. Show you where Severini tried to butt Sugar Ray Leonard. Time does not permit. Fight. Severini got in a good blow to the midsection, and still Leonard's in the corner. He finally pushed him off, and then he postured to show he was unhurt. Enough of that, Sugar Ray. We know the similarity to Ali, but there was only one of him. Posturing does not win fights. Now he's telling Severini to come on. We'd like to alert our stations along the line that at the end of this round, we'll take a station break. Now Leonard, having pushed himself or pushed Severini off him and gotten out to ring center, is once again giving it to Severini, cleaning up on Severini with the left jab, the quick flashing lead, and frequently in combination with the right. Counting down now for the end of round 4. And again, Severini gets it. We'll return with more of ABC's Wide World of Sports after this from our local stations. All right, we're back live, and Severini could not come out for the 5th round. Everything that Sugar Ray Leonard told me in the pre-fight interview earlier in this telecast has taken root.
It was another great win against a man who was naturally bigger than him. I think quite a lot of these wins are underappreciated by most, and even Leonard had a bit of a chip on his shoulder in terms of the resume he'd picked up along the way.
Well, you haven't fought anybody because all the guys that you've fought, winning the ring against, they're not top caliber fighters. But all along, they failed to realize these guys are number 1, number 2, to number 10 in the world in their division. And I beat these guys. I beat them my way. I beat them Sugar Ray Leonard's way. And that to be first and not to let him hit me and to make him commit himself to mistakes and capitalize on his mistakes. My foot movement has been a great asset. My speed has been a great asset. And the fact that I'm conditioned at all times meant a great deal.
But now with a record of 22-0, it was now finally the time to challenge for titles and the best in the division. After fighting 10 months in a row, Leonard would take a month off before facing Pete Ranzeni for the North American Boxing Federation welterweight title, while it was also a potential eliminator to fight Wilfred Benitez. Leonard would have to be at his best.
Eddie O'Toole of San Francisco is handling the clock, and the fight is underway. Sugar Ray Leonard, who has, since he won that gold medal in 1976, come on to be one of the most dramatic personalities in all of professional boxing. There's that snapping left hand from Leonard. Pops Ranzeni's head back. He's able to reach Sugar Ray a couple of times in the early going. Then his left got there, so did Leonard. Now in round number 1. Sugar Ray Leonard comes back to his corner. A little smile flickers across his face, and he was banging away at the end of the round. Okay, here's Ranzani out, still going to it. That right hand blocked by the shoulder of Leonard. They have fought a number of common opponents. Quick left hand. And reddens the face of Ranzani, particularly under the left eye. Heat remains close to his man. Neither one of those punches, the right nor the left by Leonard, landed with much authority. That left hand right there did. Right hand just missed it. Caught him on the forehead. With the left hand. You can hear that crowd from Sacramento roaring in the background. Left hook caught Ranzani going back, knocked him off balance a little bit. He does not appear hurt. Good left hand for Ranzani. Nothing there yet. Sacramento hanging in very well. No marks on Sugar Ray Leonard at this point in the fight. In fact, the only real and very puffy now. Ooh, good left hand by Sugar Ray. Another one. Scheduled for 12. Oh, hard right hand by Leonard. Ranzani's in trouble. Ranzani's hurt. He's going. Just hanging on. Won't drop. Now he does. May be over. Should be over. Man's out on his feet. He's unconscious. Finally, Curtis stopped it.
And new NBAF welterweight champion, Sugar Ray Leonard.
You can see from this position here that he is starting to load up a little bit. The left hook right there, whistled into the point of the chin. He hammered him to the body. Ranzani was hurt. The left hook again to the side.
This was a big statement performance. Ray didn't rush to get the knockout either, instead looking to establish his jab and punch variety to keep him at bay before he got the knockout. Before Leonard would get his big opportunity for a world title, he would have to face the Hawk, Andy Price, another experienced contender at the top level, with many feeling he could actually get the upset. In fact, this was probably one of Sugar Ray Leonard's most devastating finishes of his career.
In clinches, that hair can cause cuts in the opponent's face and maybe trouble the eyes. The bell for the start of action in round one. Price is 7th ranked, beat Palomino in 74, Cuevas as recently as 76. Price is 25, will be 26 in November. He is owned by the singer Marvin Gaye. Those of you not familiar with this man, they call him the Hawk, the uncrowned welterweight champion. So Sugar Ray should be in for a tough fight for the title. Now you saw that right of Price's. It's a kind of floating right. It is not a powerful right. Prevail is keep that left working into the Price face because Price can be hit with the right. There was the quick Leonard jab. Can't be saved by the bell except in the final round. 19-foot, 6.5-inch ring. Good size. Steve Shirley, Charles Maker, and Joe Swester. We are almost 2 minutes into round one. This fight for the North American Boxing Federation welterweight title. Leonard getting those swift jabs in there. That's what he must do. There, you see that? Set him up beautifully for the right. Got the jab in, doubled up on it, and then the right. There's the right lead, which Leonard specializes in, as Ali did for so many years. And Price against the ropes. Suddenly, feeling Leonard's blows. And Leonard with much better power than he's given credit for. Hitting him with combination upon combination. Andy Price in trouble. And Leonard with his arms up raised, the first knockdown round coming to its end. He will not get up. What a stunning victory over a man. All the scuttlebutt around here by the wise guys who cover boxing. When you see Andy Price.
Leonard would take a month off before in November 1979 would challenge the undefeated Wilfred Benitez for the WBC welterweight title. Benitez was not your typical young fighter though. He'd already become boxing's youngest ever world champion at 17 years old, while he was already a 2-division champion. In addition was a defensive prodigy, elite reflexes with brilliant upper body movement, and brilliant counter-punching instincts that had pop behind it. At this stage of his career, this was always going to be Leonard's biggest test.
Your first world title against Wilfred Benitez. This guy, his nickname I think was the Radar. You couldn't touch this guy. Nobody could touch him. An outstanding fighter.
Meeting against Wilfred Benitez, who was the youngest champion ever, 17 years old, world champion. He was one of my most difficult fights. Along with the championship being on the line, I never missed so many punches in my life. I threw punches left and right. I had pretty fast hands, and out of maybe 12 punches, maybe 3 will land. Elusive. He was never a stationary target. He had that natural God-blessed talent that he could feel a punch and slip it.
Listen, I used to watch. Listen, if you watch him and Benitez, oh man, you guys just don't understand. You watch him and Benitez fight. And 1 minute, Benitez is an arrogant mother, and Benitez stands in the ring and looks at him so arrogant. Let's look at you, piece of shit. You really think you're gonna get this belt? And then he comes up. He walks from his corner. He comes in Benitez's face, and they start staring down. And this is the most intense stare down in the history of fighting at the time. To say that he was so cool under control. He was throwing his movements.
Yes.
Oh, and pecking it. It was punches. Just missing it. Oh man, it was beautiful. It was. If anybody wanted to learn anything about boxing, I'm talking about the art of boxing. Yeah. Watch that fight.
Is the tale of the tape, but this young man is a great fighter. He fights at the level of the game, according to how good the opponent is. It's what happened to Palomino. Crowd mistook a slip by Benitez. Leonard, again, the swiftness of the hands. As great a fighter as Benitez is, he has not met any fighter with this young man's speed of hands and feet. That's what he's going to have to learn to cope with. Because if he gets Leonard against the ropes, right there, a quick left, astonishingly. And Benitez unhappy with himself. It came from nowhere. Again, that quick left of Leonard's getting in there. Leonard, with quicker hands, getting the better of the exchange. studying films of Benitez's fights over the recent weeks, of course. And likewise, Benitez has been studying Leonard. End of the round at hand. Better round for Benitez. And it's not the blood flowing from the forehead. Now Benitez knows he may be in trouble and he wants to get at Leonard. But as the round ends, Leonard counted. Leonard getting the left in there, the right lead suddenly. And Leonard Wright got in there. Benitez's corner seems to have helped that forehead somewhat. It's not streaming down the way it did in the last round. Now, Dave Jacobs is screaming at Leonard to pick up the pace. You've got to be careful. You can leave yourself too open, especially when the champion is one of the best of all counter punchers. The blood is flowing again. He wrote about Arthur Ashe and Clark Gravener in tennis. A good right by Leonard, and suddenly Benitez was hurt. Tried to laugh it off, but he was hurt. So that came from nowhere. All right, now let's look at some of that action in slow motion. The blood on Leonard's pants, of course, Benitez's blood. Leonard apparently unmarked. See that left of Benitez getting in there, but suddenly rebounding. That right stung Benitez. The corner is doing an effective job instilling that flow of blood between rounds from Benitez's forehead. And there was Benitez scoring well with his left. And again, Ray's going to have to figure that out from his point of view. That hurt. That was hurt. I mean, Benitez was hurt. He continues to laugh it off. And Benitez staggered a bit, hurt a bit again. And Dave Jacobs up to his feet, the mouthpiece out. Leonard trying to polish Benitez off. And there is pain in Benitez's eyes. You can tell when a fighter is hurt. When you've been on the beat a lot of years and you're properly positioned at ringside, you can tell. And there is pain in Benitez's face. You do nothing but confuse your own fighter that way. 12th round action. Oh, to the stomach, and that is hurting Benitez. Again, that left to the belly. That's the way not only to drain the strength out of a fighter with blows like that. There's Benitez with those quick left jabs. How to slip punches. They know how to use a ring. Good left in that exchange by Leonard. Benitez tasted that flash left, I called it, in the third round when he was floored for the only knockdown in the fight. That was a dangerous tactic by Benitez. But now this is what, well, Leonard has to be careful because it's when he's against the ropes that Benitez can be devastating, as he proved against Palomino. Telling you again, there has been one knockdown. That was a good left, gotten in by Benitez. Excellent, sharp. Wilfred, the brilliant boxer, that hurt Leonard. He hurt him. Hurt him with a shot to the belly. That's what I mean. And immediately the flow of blood again from the forehead. And Leonard starts to open up. And it's Benitez, whose head went down into the other fighter's shoulder. You know, that's only the first time he threw an uppercut that I thought we'd see much more of throughout the fight. Benitez trying to come on now. Benitez scoring. And Benitez with a good left. Earlier it caught Leonard with a right. And Leonard felt it. There, he got him down again. It seemed almost inevitable. Look at him. Rubbery leg, wobbling, looking at the crowd, showing the mouthpiece. All right, let him do it. It doesn't dilute the courage he's shown or the skills he's shown. Maybe now they won't call Sugar Ray Leonard a hype. There it is. He stopped the fight. He stopped the fight, and there is a new world welterweight champion. He comes from Baltimore, Maryland. His name is Ray Leonard.
They don't mention him in the same breath as Hearns, Hagler, and myself.
Why is that?
I don't know. I think it's a worse mistake because maybe he didn't have the defining moments or the additional defining moments, and he wasn't a part of that whole group. But he was. He was so good. He was so amazing. After that fight, I went to the hospital for dehydration. I beat him on nutrition. I beat him on desire. I beat him on with heart. He had more experience than me, more talent than I did. I just had more heart.
You got to him in the end. Right at the end.
At 23 years old, Leonard had done it and become world champion. He had not just won the belt, but he had outboxed one of the best defensive fighters we've ever seen, not to mention stopping him in the 15th round. It was truly the stuff of legends. Leonard would then defend his title against Dave Boy Green, tough and confident British fighter, believing he would be the one to give Leonard his first loss. Instead, he gave him one of the most brutal knockouts we've ever seen.
Tuck your head in behind those gloves, stop those hooks coming at you. The Americans were told that Green wouldn't be found wanting when it came to a bit of grit, a bit of bulldog spirit, and he certainly got that, but he hasn't got the answer. The left hook, again that punch that Palomino hit him with, a marvellous combination by Sugar Ray Leonard. And there it is, the replay, and and that's really painful.
These two fights showed Leonard could box at a high level for 15 rounds, or he could violently end it at the beginning of a fight if you weren't switched on. Leonard was truly one of the biggest stars in boxing, a gold medalist with charisma and the best welterweight in the world. But despite all the successes, there were still other bigger challenges ahead, one being a devil from Panama. Entering the 1980s, Sugar Ray Leonard was no longer just a rising champion, he was a superstar, undefeated at 27-0, a world champion and one of the biggest names in the sport. It was now time for a true super fight. The opponent, the Hands of Stone, Roberto Duran, arguably the greatest lightweight the sport had seen up to that point. He'd already moved up to welterweight and won 8 straight fights. This was pound for pound greatness colliding.
If you walked into the ring or met him in a dark alley, would you be afraid? Mm-hmm. So would I.
People realize that I'm determined, and I don't care who I step in the ring with. I'm in it to win. And they don't understand the fact that boxing and scientific techniques displayed, it's not just all the punch and power involved. It's the fact of using your head, using your conditioning, and using the ring. And that's what I'll do against the ring.
The build-up was intense. Duran made it personal, and his mental warfare worked on Leonard. Someone who is usually cool and composed got pulled into something emotional to prove a point. His ego made him want to beat Duran at his own game. Not to mention it was the perfect setting of Montreal, where Leonard had won the gold medal. But Ray didn't know what he was truly in for.
I gotta tell you something. The Spanish has it, el momento de la verdad. And that it is, the moment of truth. The moment is here. Roberto Duran challenging Sugar Ray Leonard. Last minute instructions from Angelo Dundee. Last minute instructions from Ray Arcel. We're ready. And round 1 of the long-awaited Sugar Ray Leonard. Roberto Duran, welterweight championship fight.
Ferdy, Leonard is flat-footed. He did not come out to dance. He wants to go toe-to-toe with him. He's flat-footed.
Angelo claims that in the 4th round he will get him or sooner.
Would you believe Duran is boxing him?
Yes, Morant, but he's stalking him. He's slowly cutting that distance between them. He's faking. He's slowly cutting. You see that?
Oh, he took a hard left hook, but he hit him back. Leonard wants to trade with him.
Leonard wants to trade with him, and Duran is willing to oblige. They could catch each other.
Duran goes to the body, but he's quiet. He's quiet. There will be no knockout in the 1st round.
I really thought, and I'm telling you now, that Leonard was going to come out and try to end it right off the bat. Everybody said Duran, but I know Arcel's plan is he wants Duran to go 5 tough rounds because he feels that the longer the fight goes, the more it goes for Duran. He buckled Leonard, and he feels it. He's holding on. Leonard fighting back. A wonderful display of courage by Leonard. What a fight! It's down to 7 seconds. 6, 5.
Leonard still stays flat-footed with him.
Coming back fighting. Now this is stupid of Leonard to get stuck on the ropes with Duran belaboring him. There he's got him again.
Duran ran into a right hand that was a little high. You know that Leonard is pulling an Ali?
Yes, but only Ali has been able to pull an Ali. What he's taking is some body shots that are going to kill him later on. Just got hit on the break. Not hard, but it goes to show you the rope. Oh, a right hand! He hurt Leonard. A tremendous right hand by Duran drove Leonard back into the ropes, and now he is holding on.
They thought he would do.
Oh, now that's a beautiful man.
He's got Duran hurt. Oh, and Duran fights right back. He's going after him with a right hand.
Here's Sugar Ray Leonard at his best. He's trading punch for punch with Duran. Is that wise? Leonard reacts to finding out that his punch is not going to knock out Duran. We know what Duran is thinking. You know, Leonard has shown a lot of class in these first 5 rounds. Roberto has shown his animal intensity, and it has been a barn burner, and it is a pretty even fight. Oh, beautiful shot by Leonard, and caught Duran just like he did opening the other round. Hello.
But I must tell you, this has been a good round for Leonard.
The referee keeps knocking down Duran. Oh, that was a great shot by Leonard. The referee tries to knock out Roberto's right hand, but never. Beautiful, beautiful punch by Duran in counter punch as he came in.
Right uppercut.
And now a hook by Leonard. How can these two guys take it? Hook by Duran right on the button. A beautiful hook by Duran right on the button. What in the world? Keeping Sugar Ray up when he gets hit like that.
The same kind of guts the other man had.
Oh boy, are they giving it to each other.
Duran now is the aggressor. He's not trying to cut him off. He doesn't have to. Leonard is right there in front of him, fighting him flat-footed.
Leonard has not danced. He has not shuffled. He has been in the trenches with him.
Duran uses that feint with a right hand.
Duran should have felt very confident after that last round.
You're right. Oh, he hurt Duran with the left hook. No, he didn't.
Duran smiled. Duran just cannot be beaten or intimidated by this man. He got hit a hard hook. He laughed and kept on coming. He has just hurt Leonard, and Leonard comes back again. It's just that Duran won't quit. He just keeps going and going and going.
Look at Leonard fight back. And Duran.
showing him the right hand again and going at him with the left and hit him with a good hook. Duran did.
Duran seems to be getting his second win here.
Duran showing him the right hand and using the left. Oh, he hurt him there. They
exchange thunderous punches, and now Sugar Ray Leonard feels like he's got Duran in a little bit of trouble, but that's a mistake because Duran is a mongoose. He comes back. Kind of punch. Look at that shot land. Now comes back with another shot. Look at this shot land. I am telling you, these people are throwing the kind of leather that would knock anybody out. They missed on the last two punches, but they had landed solid the two punches before. What a second, another exchange of straight right hand and exchange of lefts. What they are landing. No sooner does one fighter land one thing than the other lands exactly the same. Now Leonard coming on with a combination of three different punches that landed. Leonard taking the punches, has to back up. And now Leonard trying to come back. But he takes the punishment as he's coming up. Now Leonard trying to pin Duran to the ropes. They're exchanging punches. Again, they're exchanging. And neither man has been hurt. Taking everything.
They're yelling, move away, Leonard, but he won't. He will. Oh, he's been hurt. On the front, but he comes back. He's hurt. Duran is hurt. Duran is hurt. Look out. What a fight.
Now that should have encouraged Sugar Ray Leonard. Angelo Dundee, the great cornerman, patting him in the back. We need this, baby. Go get it. Go get it.
Look at Duran yelling, I'll be there. I'll be there. He came out with a right hand lead that just missed the chin of Duran.
To Leonard. Now they're back toe-to-toe. 30. It seems.
Did he hurt Leonard?
Leonard just shook his head in one of those exhausted motions that fighters make. Oh, what a shot by Roberto! And Leonard is right back. What a shot from a fan.
In boxing terms, they call this a war. 24 seconds remaining in the 14th round. Leonard, Avalon Polo. About round 15. Who would have thought of this? This crowd is on their feet in tribute. Even ringside spectators, even the press is up on its feet. 15th round could be the decider. How much time we got? 1 minute. 1 minute. Leonard doing no. It's down to 25 seconds. This one will go all the way. And we're going to have a decision, and then Leonard may have pulled it out with a 15th round. Leonard bombing away, and Duran 6.
I can't believe it.
4. Duran thinks he has won the fight.
I can't believe it.
The bell. It's over.
He thinks he's won this fight and didn't have to fight the 15th round.
I think he thought so. He thinks he's won.
I think he thought he won.
I think Leonard thinks he has won. Duran. What was the last vote?
I think I pretty much fought from the heart. The fight pretty much lived up to its expectations. I think the people really enjoyed the fight. I think I surprised a lot of people, with my strategy, flat-footed. Pretty rough inside, a lot of butts, but then again, no excuses. Duran, the judges felt that he was deserved the decision, and he was given. So I hold no excuse.
Do you want a rematch?
Sure, I wouldn't mind having a rematch. I'm gonna talk everything over with my wife, and see how she feels, because it was a very difficult strain on her to see me lose really for the first time. But I felt I gave it my best, and the best man deserved it as far as the judges looked at it.
Your first loss, Roberto Duran. How did that feel?
Oh my God, I think back to the fight. That was another time I contemplated retirement. I was so beat up from that fight. I took so many punches from that fight. I mean, after the fight, I had contusions, I had cauliflower ears. Duran was a monster, but he also taught me psychological warfare because he got into my head, because he cursed me out, he cursed my wife out, cursed my kid out. He just did things that were like, you know, I wasn't used to, because I was taught that if there's a camera, you smile. And he would give me the finger and gestures and all that. I'm like, what's wrong with this guy? I thought it was crazy. So in the fight, I said, I'm gonna beat him at his own game. And it locked in, and there was no change in my mind. I fought Duran flat-footed, which was not smart, which was dumb. And for 15 rounds, we went toe-to-toe, man.
But you lasted the distance. A lot of guys, Duran was walking through guys, and a boxer, a pretty boy, ended up fighting a man at his own game.
Yeah, but it wasn't smart, John. It was not smart. I mean, they called Duran Manos de Piedras, hands of stone. I swear to God, I felt just like stone. He hit so hard. Unbelievable, unbelievable.
If we're being honest, Leonard fought the wrong fight. Instead of looking to box on the outside, using his movement, jab and range, he stood his ground and traded. There's no denying he had moments of success, but he underestimated Duran's strength, pressure and inside craft. Trying to beat Duran at his own game proved costly, and after 15 hard rounds, Duran earned that clear decision in my opinion. The defeat hit Leonard hard, who even contemplated retiring after the fight.
After the fight, did you say, hey, I could beat this guy?
No, I was going to retire, Mike. No, I was going to retire. That's what I was going to retire. Because really, a doctor came to my room after the fight and drew blood from my ears. I mean, really, I said, I don't need this. So I seriously contemplated retirement. But I went to Hawaii with my wife and just trying to get away from it, get away from it. But I was running on the street on the sand every morning. And people say, hey, Ray, if you had boxing, you would beat him. And then I said, all right. I called Mike Trainer. I said, Mike, I want to fight Duran ASAP. He said, Ray, are you on vacation? I said, yeah, but that doesn't make a difference. And we had the fight scheduled. The fight was scheduled 5 months later. That was my plan. My plan was get him there, get him back in the ring as soon as possible.
After some thought, he pushed for the rematch quickly. Rumors swirled that Duran had been celebrating heavily and had blown up in weight, and for Leonard, it didn't matter. He wanted to correct the mistakes of the first fight. He trained with focus, and a new plan of action took place. From the help of his team and his brother, this time, they would outbox the feared Duran. In the rematch, Leonard delivered one of the most entertaining performances of his career, moving constantly, using angles, controlling the distance, even showboating at times, turning the psychological pressure back onto Duran, this time in the ring.
He looks very confident, Les, very confident.
Look at that record. 83-year-old Ray Arcel and 79-year-old Freddie Brown. Angelo Dundee, who's been with Muhammad Ali through his career, now has another one. It's Sugar Ray Leonard. Here we go, the WBC Welterweight Championship. There's Sugar Ray Leonard in the black trunks. And Roberto Duran, the champion in the white trunks from Panama. The bell, round one, and here we go. Feeling each other out, and there's a left to the body thrown by Sugar Ray. What about his feet, Larry? It looks to me, Larry, like he's come to dance a little tonight.
Yes, it does. Sugar Ray got good movement, good legs. If he boxes like this, he might be all right.
Duran starting to stalk him a little. Duran just had one exchange, takes a left to the head, throws a left, but you'll notice Leonard is on and off the ropes immediately. But he catches a right and left, lands all right. That's the Sugar Ray Leonard punch that drew the crowd.
Sugar looks very confident. Taking this time, Duran's taking this time, waiting for that moment.
I'll tell you one thing, this is a fight you can't turn away for 1 second. Two men do not like each other. There's a left
right hand by
Leonard. And he's coming on to Duran.
Good right hand by Leonard. Good right hand.
Smiling. He knows he's in with a tougher fighter tonight.
Good right hand by Leonard. Leonard is showing him no respect at all. He's going right after him.
He said he'd be aggressive this time, and boy, is he
good right hand.
Left and
Good right hand by Leonard.
Duran hit on the chin. They're in close.
They're really fighting.
Bombs away, both fighters.
They really are. They really exchanging some blows there. Good right hand by Leonard, landed on Duran's jaw that time. Good right hand. Duran felt it.
Fight with Duran, but Duran is dynamite and dangerous as the fight progresses. Leonard moving left and then moving to the right. Right above our microphone. A hard left hand. And notice Duran keeps pressing, keeps pressing.
Stay right on top of him at all times.
One word to describe him, he's relentless.
Yes, he's an animal.
Sugar Ray on that bicycle in reverse, now going the other way. And he frustrated Duran for a moment.
Sugar moving real good. It wasn't a good body punch, but that'll slow you down. Good right hand.
Left
good
by
right
Duran,
hand.
Leonard punching in close. Both men. Barrages of a left by Duran, a right by Duran in the corner. He has Sugar Ray in trouble in the corner.
Yes, he did. Wow, that was really something.
Now Leonard fights back.
Leonard's throwing a lot of flares in there. Most of them are blocked. Maybe one or two of them getting in Duran and throw one punch, but he makes sure that's a bomb. Punches by Duran.
Now the end of round number 3.
What a fight. Those punches hurt. Yes.
We're sitting in on one of the great fights of all time if it keeps up.
Yes, it is. It's a super fight, and it's really tremendous. Look at the fury that's there. The devastation from these two guys.
At long range now. Duran missing, then landing the left to the head, left to the body, takes a left, right, left. That's the combination that awoke the crowd again by Sugar Ray Leonard. I understand from Sugar Ray is very elusive. You don't realize it unless you're in there with him, he said.
That is right.
There's a right taken on the gloves by Leonard. And an overhand right missing, but the pressure continuing from Duran. Leonard speared him, and down he goes on a slipping. Only a slip. There's Duran missing with one, and then Leonard slipped and fell. He took a hard fall for a slip over there.
Yes, he did. You know, he was off balance when he went down, and it was probably slipped on a little water.
Tonight, it's Duran Leonard, the rematch, and boy, it is a hunt. See Leonard doing his dance right above our microphone. Biding his time, Duran spins a light left, takes a left.
Duran trying to set Leonard up for that right hand.
Exchange lefts at long range. Left of the ear by Duran. Sugar Ray on the move. Has a 3-inch advantage in the reach department.
Still looks very confident, Leonard does.
There's a left and right, and a follow-up right that missed.
Duran said, if you hit me, you got to be able to take one back. Sugar Ray threw a combination that missed.
Sugar Ray merely tripped on the canvas, but Duran is quick to follow up. Right above our microphone. Feeling each other out again. On the move constantly is Leonard to the right. Throws a right, misses, takes a left that misses. Both fighters miss. But they haven't missed too often, Larry.
That's right. If you notice, Sugar must have heard me. He's staying away from that board as much as he can. But he went over there that time. Duran's making him go over there. Duran's there to fight.
Leonard refuses to get pinned against the ropes like he did in Montreal. There's Duran trying to do it, but he bounces right out again. And he's even doing a little dodging now and a little Ali. He's taunting Duran.
That can be costly.
He's actually taunting Roberto Duran.
The fight is not over yet, and he's messing around. He should be taking a little bit more serious than that. When the bell rings for the last round, then it's over.
Duran is smiling. Look at him. Sugar Ray is taunting Roberto Duran like Ali. As much as to say, is that all you got?
Sugar's very confident, like I said. He said he would beat Duran. Good combination.
He labored Duran again. Look at the Ali shuffle now. Sugar Ray is oozing confidence suddenly. Look at that. A Kid Gavilan polo punch. Has he ever been that cute in a fight?
Yeah, Sugar Ray have a little Ali in him. Now that he's even more confident, he probably throw a little bit more.
He's defying Roberto Duran to come in and hit him. Roberto may take him up on it. Meantime, it's the best round for Leonard. Look at Leonard. Leonard's way or Duran's way. They're still working on the ring, and now he's drawing off Roberto. Round number 8, here we go. Will Leonard continue to play cutesy now? It gave him his best round. Duran keeps moving after him. We're halfway through round number 8. Tied up.
Good left hook by Duran that time.
Answering left by Leonard.
Answering left.
He threw a haymaker. Both men can throw lethal bombs, too. It's been non-stop action.
Good time.
Overhand right.
Good one right hand by Duran.
Knocks Sugar Ray in the ropes. It gets away immediately. And what's happening? Duran says no. I think he's quitting. What is he saying, Larry?
He says no. I don't understand.
He's saying no. He quit.
I don't understand it.
I think Duran quit.
I don't understand it. I don't understand what happened. I don't understand it.
Roberto Duran.
This is not like Duran.
Threw his hand up and said, I quit.
I don't understand it.
And he almost got in a fight with Leonard's brother.
Duran grew frustrated and by the 8th round, turning away, saying the famous words, "No mas." It was a masterclass in adjustments from Leonard. However, there's always been questions around that night. Duran later spoke about the stomach issues and problems making weight. Leonard wanted the full credit for his performance, and there's no denying he was the better man. Still, one thing's clear. Duran in the rematch was not the same version we saw in Montreal. But maybe most impressive about this is that Leonard proved he could bounce back after a loss, adapt, and come back sharper than ever. And much bigger challenges were ahead for Leonard.
You brought the title back home again.
Yes, I did. I brought the title back for myself, but also I brought it back for the United States, where it belongs.
Were you surprised when he suddenly surrendered?
I did, because I kept him confused. He figured it out. I trained as hard and physically, mentally, and I was prepared for this fight.
But you don't care how it ends as long as you've got the crown. Congratulations.
Well, Duran was just so, I don't know. Things were so different. It was night and day from the first fight to the second fight. The first fight, I was stationary against the ropes in the corners, and he was able to take advantage of that. This fight here, Duran was like a bully. I hate to say it, but he was like a bully. And when you challenge a bully or fight him back, they do one or two things. They come back stronger, or they run away. Duran threw his hands up in frustration without realizing the ramifications it would have on his legacy.
He quit.
He quit, yeah.
He quit in the 8th round, and this is a guy who had the title. He's handing it. Now, I say that, and I know you want to reach over this thing and punch me right in the head, because what I know is stuck with you since then is, yeah, he quit. Did he say no mas? Did he not? I don't know. But he quit because you were kicking his ass. Coming out of that fight, it was all about Duran quitting in the 8th round when it gave you no credit for being the one that forced him to quit in the 8th round, right?
That's true. I mean, absolutely. But that I was also being a little selfish. The fact that it wasn't about, it was why he quit, you know? And it wasn't that I made him quit. It was like, why did he quit? I made him quit. And it bothered me for a while, a few months maybe a year. But we did a thing together, and we met up again, and in the ring. And I said, Roberto, you know, all these years later, now people want to know what happened in that ring. Only you can tell them the truth. And I was really waiting for him to say, yeah, you really frustrated me, and I threw my hands up in defeat. I was waiting to hear that. I wanted to hear that so bad, really, really bad. And he said, I had cramps. He said I had cramps. But then again, I saw him searching for words, and I saw tears in his eyes, and I backed away. I said, you know what, Duran, Roberto, it's okay. It's okay.
To get back to that, you wanted to hear him say, you beat me, right?
That way. I wanted him to say that I made it. Again, that was the selfish part of me. They wanted to hear him say that. But as a man to another man, if it causes you that much pain, it's okay.
After a rollercoaster year facing Duran twice, Leonard would defend his WBC welterweight title against the 6th-ranked contender Larry Bonds. Not the top draw opponent we would expect at this point, but the detail mattered. Bonds was a southpaw, and Leonard's next scheduled opponent was against 154-pound champion Ayub Kahuli, so it served as good preparation going into it. Nevertheless, as much as Leonard had great moments in this fight, Bonds just wasn't up to the standards to face Sugar Ray.
Round 1, scheduled 15-rounder. Early in the first round here, first right hand thrown by Leonard, whistles by the nose of Larry Bonds. Larry Bonds has gone 12 rounds on 2 different occasions. Just the fact that he has not had a lot of activity in the last year.
Well, the way that he's built.
He's the kind of guy that when he fights well, makes his opponent look bad. Right hand to the top of the head of Sugar Ray Leonard, little damage. And it's very easy to overlook someone like Larry Bonds. You can tell yourself time and time again that you're not going to do it.
Well, you know he's very confident, you know, and you can see that he's just really walking right on top of Bonds.
Welterweight championship. We're in Syracuse, New York. Good combination scoring against Larry Bonds by the champion. Bonds tries to come back with that right hand jab. And again, a combination left hand right across the face of Larry Bonds. And another left hand to the face of Bonds now in his own corner.
Leonard's right uppercut and left hook.
Has a left and a right to the face. You can really see Leonard setting up his man with the left hand and then coming back with the right hand. Scores again.
Right there.
And Leonard going to a windmill style. Right hand once again catches the challenger Larry Bonds on the cheek. Leonard with a right hand and another right hand, and once more Bonds' knees wobble. Bonds bounces off the ropes, misses with a left hand. Leonard above us again now, right hand to the face, and the left over the back of the head. Another right hand to the face of Bonds by Sugar Ray Leonard. Bonds tries to fight his way off the ropes, can't do it. 2 lefts and a right score for Sugar Ray Leonard again.
Right there was one of the punches I was telling you. Bonds, every time he tries to dance, he lifts his head up, and it's a target for Leonard.
And again, against the ropes, is Larry Bonds. Right uppercut got in on Bonds' chin.
This is where Bonds is making a big mistake right now by trying to stand there and slug with Leonard.
Now. Another left hand to the face of Bonds by Sugar Ray Leonard. A flicking right jab is harmless. Back the other way. 3-4 punches to the face now of Larry Bonds. Right above us once more. A right hand and another right. A left hand, and Bonds goes down. And there was one right hand scored. Came back with a right to the face and a left to the side of the head and down. Leonard is the guy in control now, has been right from the outset. Bonds tries to punch back with a combination. Just relentless, will not let Bonds back off at all. And Bonds tries to punch back, nothing doing much damage. Left hand did get into the chin of Sugar Ray Leonard by Larry Bonds, the challenger.
What he's doing right now is he's waiting for Bonds to shoot that jab out so he can step over and hit him with that so he can get over there and use them ribs.
A couple of good solid punches to the kidneys. There's another one, and that has got to slow you down.
Bonds should be moving right now instead of just staying still.
And once again, a right to the kidneys and a left to the side of the head. Leonard seemingly can do it almost any time he wants to. And
I think he's kind of surprised right now, too. What's keeping this guy up, too?
Combination does score by Leonard, and that came on the heels of a pretty good jab by Larry Bonds. Another one of those punches to the kidneys. And once again, Larry Bonds' right hand is down around his waistband. 2 more punches to the body, drops the right hand again, and right back comes Sugar Ray Leonard with a pair of rights to the face, and another right misses, and another right to the side of the chin.
Right now, Leonard's beating him as though he's his child.
Once again, right over us here. As Bonds tries to fight back with the right hand, crowd comes alive. Mercanti steps in, end of round 6. One time that he did go down has not really appeared to be seriously hurt. He's been shaken a few times.
That was a good jab by Bonds right there. He's not walking up on top of this guy like he was the first couple of rounds.
No, he's not actually. A left and a right, right above us again. Bonds tries to spin away and ties Leonard up on the ropes. I mean, it would be deservedly so the biggest fight.
You would also see skill, class, everything.
Here's a right hand that really crashes in to the face of Larry Bonds. There is a little blood in the fight as Bonds bleeds from the nose, and Leonard relentlessly pounds away to the body of Larry Bonds against the ropes, and Bonds now seems unable to get off the ropes.
Leonard had his nose bleeding the round before.
Right hand right to the nose of Larry Bonds, and a left and a right. 2 punches solidly score on Bonds, and another right hand to the face. Bonds tries to get out of trouble along the ropes, takes another right hand, spins away, legs wobbly. Combination again scores by the champion.
Because he's on the side of that swollen eye.
Well, he has Bonds' hands down around his waist. Bonds tries to fight back. Bonds is hurt now. Doubles up in the corner. Combinations. Down goes Bonds. Leonard hands over his head. And I don't know if Bonds is going to get up from this one.
I don't think so, because it was that belly shot that did it.
Continue, but Bonds is hurt. No question about it.
Those you can't shake.
Coming up on 15 seconds in a round, Leonard is trying to put his man away. Hammering Bonds. Arthur Mercanti jumps in, says that's it. That's it. Sugar Ray Leonard retains the championship against the dead game Larry Bonds, and it was the blows to the stomach, Marvin, that really made the difference. He was unable to really put his man away. Marvin, let's take a look at the last moments of this fight. Good right hand there, good combinations, and down he went. But as you mentioned earlier, it was the blows to the stomach just before that that really put the man in trouble.
There it is right there. That was the right to the solar plexus. Those there you can't shake.
3 months later, Leonard moved up to junior middleweight to challenge the undefeated Ayub Kahuli. Kahuli may have not been the biggest name in the division, but he was a seasoned 154-pounder who would give anyone a tough night.
That heart that's
You know, it's
bigger
another
than
fight
life.
that I love that people underestimated. I thought it was a magnificent fight of you. You're punching precisely, perfectionist. Oh, Alu Kaluli.
Oh, Abu
You
Kaluli.
fought that fight. That was beautiful punching fight. Punching perfection.
Yeah. When I moved up to junior middleweight.
54.
Yeah. He was Kaluli. I mean, he didn't get credit because he wasn't a household name, but he could fight.
Tough.
He was tough. He was tough, man. Yeah.
What surprised many again in this fight was that he did not use his movement and box from the outside like he had done in the second fight with Duran, instead choosing to fight on the inside with the much stronger and bigger man.
1976, and here they come. Here they come. Standing in there, Leonard is going after his body. Hey, Leonard's not doing that jiving and jazzing. You notice Leonard is no longer coming in. Now he did then. He's obviously using the old technique, right hand lead, although a lot of people think a left hook is the best punch. Kaluli's a toughie. Pop the jab, right to the body. Could have hurt Kaluli. Kaluli looked a little slow to me. Ray is just trying to establish distance. Good left hook, but he didn't hurt Kaluli at all. Kaluli came back at him. Marvin, believe it or not, Kaluli people think they can outbox Leonard.
There was a nice right hand shot there that caught Kaluli.
5-4. Good right hand. Oh, he hurt him with a right hand.
Kaluli is not distinguishing himself here tonight. He's not showing us much at all.
He did then. 3 jabs and a left to the body. 15-round fight, Sal. Just round 3. You never can tell. Maybe Kaluli has suddenly discovered this guy doesn't punch as hard as he thought he could.
It don't look like any of the punches there are bothering Kaluli at all. He's got the same expression on his face from round 1.
But Ray is just looking to load up on him with a right hand. I've been talking about the left hook, and he hasn't done it. He hurt him with the right hand again.
You can see Leonard sliding in between those gloves of Kaluli with a straight right hand. Now he just tried to right to the body and the left hook to the head on Kaluli.
Kaluli looked like a strong guy to you, Marvin.
It looks like he's been in a lot of wars.
Well, Kaluli is digging that shot to the body, but Ray has opened up on him. He has him hurt. Kaluli fighting back. Left hook by Leonard.
He wants Ray close enough. That means that he's close enough.
Kaluli wound up. Kaluli looks like he's sucking him in. Did he, Marvin?
This is the way he looks like he wanted him to fight him.
With a cross right.
He's got a sneaky left hand, as Kaluli does.
A lot of amateur fights. Best fighter out of Uganda, and they got a champion, world champion out of there too.
Ray was brilliant through 7 rounds against Duran before Duran quit in the 8th last November as a boxer.
Yeah, he's kind of flat-footed in here. He's trying to pick his shot. But like I said again, I believe just the way Kaluli...
He wants Ray to keep pressuring him, press him, and that's what Ray is doing now. Kaluli, though, battling back. But Ray so quick with his hands.
Is this just what Kaludi wants him to do, to bring the fight to him?
Marvin, Ray is starting to use the left hook now, like he did then, to the body.
Uppercut to the inside, Ray is.
Over right, but Kaluli came right back. And Ray, with his hands poised, just looking for an opening to shoot home a right hand. Not picked up the speed at all. Oh, a good right uppercut by Kaluli.
There it is, a right hand, and that's his best hand. That's his best power punch, is the right hand.
There's the left hook I've been telling you about to the... Oh, a good left hook by Leonard. That one might have shaken Kaluli a little. With a shot. Kaluli is just trying to win points. He got hurt with the right hand then.
He's trying to get him out of there.
Going close. Isn't it funny? The smaller man is pressing the bigger guy.
Leonard has to be careful though when he's going in there. He's leaving himself open sometimes.
Might have hurt him with the left hook. Might have hurt Kaluli.
Kaluli loves to fight.
Yes, he does. He's a gutsy guy too.
But his defense is...
Oh, he hurt Leonard. I think he hurt him with the left hand. Comes from the outside.
Right now, Leonard's trying to beat him to a punch. Let him throw and then beat him to the punch with it.
That'll get him to drop the right hand, and then you can come.
That was a good shot right there, the right hook. Half uppercut, half hook. That shot there, I think, really hurt him right there.
10 seconds
He's hurt right here.
Got him down. Kaluli is down. First time he's ever been knocked down. It will not be a knockout. He's gotten up. He's gotten up. He stopped the fight.
He still stopped the fight.
The round was over.
Yeah. Kaluli was very, very tough. I mean, he was unorthodox, and had a lot of stamina and just a good chin. But I wore him down. I just wore him down. He caught with some pretty good shots too.
With that win, Leonard became a 2-division world champion. We'd already seen Leonard beat bigger men in the past, but to win a title and fight a bigger undefeated champion on the inside and still close the show, that's truly impressive in my opinion. However, there was a man that was coming out everyone's lips for Leonard's next opponent, a hitman hailing out of Detroit. By late 1981, the welterweight division had 2 kings, and another super fight on the horizon. That, of course, was the WBA champion Thomas Hearns. Trained by Emmanuel Stewart, he brought a different problem for Leonard. He had a lanky frame but was tall for the weight, had a piston-like jab, and one of the most dangerous right hands in boxing history, not to mention the knockout power at any range, with sniper-like attacks. This was not going to be anything like the Duran fight. Hearns was coming into this fight to take everything Leonard had worked for. This is one of the greatest championship turnarounds in boxing history, as Leonard had to dig deeper than he had ever done before.
Yeah, I mean, Tommy was, let me tell you real quick about Tommy. When I fought Tommy, or prior to Tommy, back in the day, we weigh in the morning of the fight. So Tommy was on the scale. He was, emaciated. Like this, he was on the scale. I said, I'm gonna kick his ass. I'm gonna kick his ass. He was so weak, and then the night of the fight, I'm in the ring, and Tommy's in the ring. I look back, I said, oh, that's not the same. That's not the same guy, because he hydrated.
Ate and drunk water.
Oh my God, yeah. And Tommy just blew up and knockout power in both hands, fast, tall, and he was a beast, man. Tommy knocked him cold. And they thought when we met that Tommy would beat me because Tommy stands 6'2", arms longer than a football field, knockout power in both hands. Tommy had a heart of a gladiator, a warrior. I think I would say majority of everyone figured that I had no chance against Tommy. I tell you what, it was one of my toughest fights, if not the toughest fight in opposition that I faced.
The 3 knockdown rule has been waived. You can be knocked down as many times as the referee allows. A man can't be saved by the bell except in the last round. We know that Thomas Hearns is the taller of the 2. They're both wearing the white trunks, with Leonard having a red stripe around his with sugar on it. Leonard figures to do the footwork. Tommy Hearns will try to cut off the ring. moving. That jab is getting closer and closer.
He's shortening the range between them as this round progresses, and it's only the first round.
Done it for him here. Oh, look out! Battle after the bell. They're both very serious. Hearns seems the more serious of the two. Thomas trying to bring the guard down.
We'd like to get it to you as soon as we can.
Leonard on the move again. They both landed hard punches. Leonard may have had the harder one, but Hearns is back at him. So far, the folks have gotten their money's worth. About 50 seconds left in this round. Action slowing a little bit. Big right hand by Leonard. About 20 seconds to go as they slow. Round almost over. Leonard taking a beating here.
Leonard took a beating at the end of that round. Getting to the point where Sugar can't afford to give any more.
Round 4 is scheduled for 15. 15 or less. Sugar Ray, the shorter of the two. Thomas Hearns, the lanky one.
Don't you feel he's giving him too much respect? Don't you feel Sugar Ray's giving him too much respect? He's given him the first 3 rounds. I mean, he's got to start the fight.
I don't know what he can do about it, Ferdy. If he gets hit with one of those right hands, it could be over.
Leonard taking some devastating punishment.
Body punches, that will do it. Those body punches with the right hand. Again they fight.
Again punching after the bell. We saw this at the end of round 1.
Tommy doesn't change. He dictates the fight. He's fighting what he wants. A good right hand by Leonard, but doesn't quite land. One good right hand doesn't neutralize 20 jabs that Hearns is landing.
It's making a chopping block of Leonard now. Wobbled and maybe he didn't.
He did wobble. It's 48 seconds left. He wobbled him. But he's recovered. He wobbled Hearns. His legs are still not the same. Now he's wobbled Leonard. Now he's wobbled Leonard.
They've both been in trouble here. This is a battle of attrition. Leonard takes a good punch. Look at Hearns.
The best round for Leonard by far. 5 seconds.
Have to wonder it. Sugar Ray Leonard now up on his feet and making animated motions toward Hearns.
Dominating this round so far.
Over a minute to go in the round.
Hearns in trouble, no question about it, and Sugar senses it.
Hearns may be tiring. Those body shots. Hearns is back into the corner.
6 seconds, he may have let him off the hook.
Still banging. There's the bell.
The only point
coming on so far in this round.
Oh, it's an even round.
Looking for that rally. Hearns keeping him off balance with the jab.
No question, Hearns doing all the fighting. It's really perplexing. Why is Sugar gone to sleep?
Hearns has been a much better boxer than people thought he was. Leonard is a sharp hitter. At long reach. Hearns has a 4-inch advantage in reach, and he makes use of it with that left jab. Right, while good, has not been as effective tonight as it has been other times. So far, a good round for Hearns. Good boxing. That's a hard jab when it lands.
And bounce with him. He's much faster. He's much quicker on foot.
There's a big right.
That gave confidence back to Hearns. An awful lot of confidence to Hearns.
That's the best punch he's landed tonight. But Leonard took it well. Leonard takes the punch better than Hearns does.
Except that Leonard's not going back. He's not coming forward. Long left just lay out there.
He's finding Leonard with the right hand now.
Leonard standing still.
A big round for Hearns.
I would think Hearns is winning the fight by dancing and punching. He should keep that up. He's built a commanding lead now.
If Hearns wins this fight, it will be the left jab that did it for him.
His left eye.
Left eye is having trouble, which means he'll have trouble seeing the right hand.
And he's getting hit by almost every Hearns right hand, and that is the devastating punch of left.
Leonard fighting in desperation now.
Leonard hoping for that one opening that'll get him even. He knows he had him almost down, and he's trying to reproduce that.
Little strong, and Hearns knows it.
Look at the way that jab bends back Leonard's head. Who's ever hit Leonard with a jab like that? I can't remember anything.
Leonard's left eye is a caution now.
Ali told me many years ago, he said, Ray, when I fought Joe Frazier, it was the closest thing to death. And I didn't quite understand that. I couldn't digest that. The fight with Tommy Hearns, it was the closest thing to death because you're exhausted, you can't keep your hands up. You know this guy, if you give him a chance, he would knock your block off. It wasn't until my trainer, Angelo Dundee, said, Ray, I think 11th or 12th round, he said, you're blowing it, meaning I'm losing.
You're blowing it now, son. You're blowing it.
That little pep talk, that little sound bite made a huge difference in the outcome of that fight.
Stop this fight.
He will not stop it while Leonard is that fresh. Just an eye closing will not stop the fight, as witnessed Basilio Robinson, if you remember that eye.
Yeah, but there was Frazier and Ali.
Yes,
Manila.
but he was taking a terrific beating. Leonard's not taking a big beating here. He is taking a medium-sized beating, however.
This is round 13, 3 rounds left. Hearns is still full of bounce. Leonard is fighting flat-footed now. Usually the slugger does that. Leonard should be the boxer. But boxing has not turned to his...
I think Leonard has to fight a desperate fight. Good right hand.
Hearns was hurt again. Hearns was hurt. He's trying to hold on. There's the first knockdown of the fight. No, the referee says it's not a knockdown.
The referee says it is not a knockdown.
Hearns is actually running away now.
Oh, what a hook by Hearns right on the button.
Hurt. Leonard keeps coming on. He's a bull. I don't know.
He's hitting on the brakes. He's doing everything. 12 seconds to go. Hearns is in desperate trouble.
The bell cannot save him if he goes down. That is counted a knockdown. That could be
the last round, therefore he got the full count.
Round 14, Leonard actually runs out there.
Now it's minute 44. Time is running out on Tommy Hearns.
He's got
a grab of it. Leonard gives him no rest. Hearns is in real trouble. Hearns got a punch. Hearns has got to give him some respect. Oh, grab hold of him, which he's not doing. No, he's too weak. He has nothing left. He's going to be knocked out.
Sugar Ray Leonard coming back in the middle rounds. 5, 6, 7, 8. Leonard showing signs in the 5th round.
Knockout power in both hands, fast, tall, and he was a beast, man. Tommy.
Remember Angelo Dundee saying, "You're losing it, son. You're losing it. You're blowing it. You're blowing it, kid. You're blowing it."
Perfect soundbite. The perfect soundbite. You know, Angelo said that.
Listen, I gotta go back. I gotta go back to my my antics on how that he's in the corner. His eyes closed. You're blowing it, son. You're blowing it. He gets out. He hits Leonard with overhand right to the jaw. And man, something happened. It looked like it missed Tommy, right? And Tommy goes on, and man, he throws a bunch of combinations that are a blur. And Tommy goes down. The people went crazy. Absolutely out of their mind. They thought Tommy was gonna get it, and he came from nowhere and just boom, took him down. It was you had to be there. You know, I was on closed circuit. That must have been amazing to be there live. Man, I never forgot it. All those fights from the 80s and early 80s and stuff from those guys, Duran, Guayo, all these guys, Benitez. Man, I never forgot those guys.
And that was when Tommy showed me that he could box. He can move, man.
He punch right back. Yeah, he caught you with nice comedy. Boom, boom. Yeah. He did that movement.
Sorry, Tommy.
I went to school the next day, told everybody about the fight. I told everybody about the fight. I even exactly. His eyes was shut, closed, and he came back. I'm 15 years old, probably. I'm bragging. I'm in there, everybody's looking, the teachers listening to me. I think his eyes was closed, and he was blind, and he came back. And
it's just that thing, you know. I mean, again, like Mike said, I was exhausted. Both of us were exhausted. But it takes one punch to rock your opponent, and then all of a sudden, that's when you bring out that the intestinal fortitude, that heart.
Leonard's victory meant he was the undisputed welterweight champion, and despite being outboxed for the majority of the fight and losing multiple rounds, Angelo being honest with him in the corner spurred something deep down inside Leonard. He proved his heart matched his skill, and sometimes that's more important if you have any chance in winning. That night may have not been his best performance, but it certainly cemented his prime and his career. After the Hearns fight in 1981, Leonard would take a little bit of time off before stepping in the ring in early 1982 against the Canadian Bruce Vinch. Vinch was a number 3 ranked challenger, but in reality, the levels were clear compared to his recent opponents. In my opinion, this was the last fight in Leonard's prime. It was a quick, clinical, and efficient performance, something everyone expected from Ray.
Challenger on his behalf also looking very calm. Round 1, 15 rounds. It's for the undisputed welterweight championship of the world in Reno, Nevada. First time in 72 years.
Vinch has a reputation more as a stinging puncher rather than a heavy puncher. We've seen Leonard knock people out with one punch.
Well, Davey Boy Green will attest to that. Winding down to the end of the first round. Vinch forcing the action again, but unable to really score with anything substantial on Sugar Ray Leonard. Leonard, as his corner has said, is going downstairs here in round 2. Counter punch by Finch scored to the face of Sugar Ray Leonard.
Two-hander freeze.
Not really a serious punch, but nonetheless a punch that I'm sure stung. And another left hand and a right hand to the top of the head, almost a rabbit punch. Corner told him don't do, and that is get off the ropes. There's a right hand and Finch is staggered. So right back. Now Ray had a chance that time, I think, to follow up. Decided not to. Another right hand, and there is a booming right hand that puts Bruce Finch down.
9, okay?
Finch is up at the count of 9. And Leonard is back at him, and Leonard is not fooling around with this guy. Finch goes down again at the ankles of Sugar Ray Leonard, and may not make it up this time. Says, yes, I'm okay.
It's about 25 seconds left in the round. We'll see if he can weather this.
And another right hand sends him back against the ropes. Sugar Ray Leonard is not waiting.
He's just hanging on.
The legs are like rubber, but he is doing the right thing, and he does get through the round.
Here's another view of that punch right there.
Take them south. Come on, get the water up. Get that water up here.
But I think Finch might have possibly hurt Leonard a little bit, and Sugar Ray said, enough of this. It is a marshmallow right hand, and Leonard comes back with a left jab, and another. And a right hand again, and the knees buckle on Bruce Finch. A left hand to the head by Leonard.
I thought there for a moment Leonard hit him with a terrible hard right hand, and I think he expected Finch to just fall when he backed away, and he was a little surprised that he didn't.
Larry Merchant has talked time and again about the eyes of Sugar Ray Leonard, and you can see a good study of it right here. Watch how intently he watches his man. He misses nothing that goes on in the ring. Finch is holding on and is on rubber legs. There is no question about that. But he has not taken a backward step. There's a right hand again to the side of the head, but Finch stays up. And another right hand, and a left hand sends him backwards, and the legs are gone on Bruce Finch.
4,
Bruce Finch just trying to get some air, get some breath.
8, 9.
It's all over. It is all over, and wisely so. Mills Lane calls a halt to things here in the third round, and I don't think you can question that at all. The man was hurt at the end of the fight. That left hand just buckled the knees, and you can see, look at the knees of Bruce Finch. He just had nothing left at that point, and almost any other punch would have put him down. In fact, Ray did not really hit him with a solid punch after that left hook.
There was a couple of shaky moments in this fight, but ultimately Leonard's speed and power were just on another level. But what no one knew that night is that Leonard would be retiring due to a detached retina.
I fought Benitez, Kaluli, Duran twice, and then Tommy Hearns. I don't think there's a fighter that really did something like that. I think I'm pretty much making history without really knowing it.
Between 1978 and 1982, Sugar Ray Leonard built up a resume that few fighters in history can even match, proven by beating world-class contenders before getting his first world title stop, stopping a defensive genius in the 15th round. He may have lost to a pound-for-pound great Roberto Duran. He still corrected the mistakes 5 months later and made him quit, while he also moved up in weight and stopped another undefeated champion. Not to mention becoming undisputed welterweight champion in a fight that he was losing. But as I mentioned, it was the heart and desire to win that meant more that night. When I first got into boxing, Leonard was one of the men I always looked up to, despite being from a completely different era. I loved the speed, the confidence, the movement, the heart. He made you appreciate the sweet science. Yes, of course, Leonard would return from retirement many times throughout his career and have even bigger nights. But for me, this stretch, from the rise to the Hearns unification, represents him at his absolute best in my opinion, especially with that athletic sharpness, combined with the excellent technical ability, and his ability to tactically adjust in certain fights. I truly believe, in that period, he's simply one of the greatest fighters that has ever lived. This has been Jamie from Boxing Life. Hope you enjoyed this documentary on Sugar Ray Leonard. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What was your favourite fight of all time? And what do you think was his peak performance? I'd love to know. If you enjoyed this documentary, why don't you check out 2 of these boxers' primes? As always, I'll see you in the next one.